of the press, this is the one that's really going to set you off. Every family member to Barney is making their move to bring some kind of accountability and justice with the incident that happened to Barney. Now this is the one that's going to get you the most, okay? Here we go. Now listen to this carefully. We play it again. Right there, that piece right there with the shotgun blast to the throat, what does that tell you? You're not supposed to use a shotgun unless there's a riot. You don't use it on a human.
Oh, here you go.
Yes, you're gonna hear it again. This is the part that gets me. Right there. You catch that too?
Yeah.
All right, I want to let you play it. You hear it too.
Sir, come down with you by the And where'd you get this recording from?
My own independent investigation. Okay?
Okay.
And I'll tell you how.
Okay.
The shotgun blast to the throat of this gentleman right here. Okay, now, you people that represent Pennington County's press, take a good look at this individual, okay? This man's been on the streets, a homeless guy, like many of us on the reservation and outside. But does he deserve to get murdered that way at the discretion of Pennington County? Does he? When you just heard the independent investigation, because they keep telling the family a special attorney and a special person needs to be involved to see the video and see it all. I go by that means. Excessively means that he had to be armed with some kind of a weapon to do that type of brute, force in it. Well, in fact, that didn't happen. The latest investigation, Mr. Barney Peoples was sitting cross-legged on the floor. And this came from a professional attorney here in Rapid City. And I'll give you his name, and he probably don't want it. His name is Terry Pachota. Terry did say some remarks to the family that he did not want anyone else to expose what the town had did. That told me something really, explicit to how Rapid City deals with Indians, okay? The family has been part of the American Indian movement through our auntie, their grandmother, my aunt's Agnes Lamont. My cousin Buddy Lamont was killed in Wounded Knee. That was the first casualty during the 73 occupation. People don't know the history of this stuff, what this state has been doing, and is still doing today in the year 2022. And I just hope you don't whitewash it, because that's what happens. The media needs to put a blame on somebody. Pennington County's to blame. Now here's the catch. Do y'all know that South Dakota opened up the gun permit law?
When?
Do you?
When was it?
Just recently. Christy Nome put it into
About
effect.
a year ago.
Okay? So now you're giving that type of homage to people, even if they don't pass the permit law, they're going to get a gun anyway. That's a prime example. If you give the indigenous people anything that doesn't belong to us, you're going to kill us. And you did that. Pennington County, I'm blaming you. Not only that, I'm blaming South Dakota, because they've done nothing to save this man. And here's the last part that I'm going to give you. You do your investigation, you're going to find out they had to cremate him right away. I I went to the wake and funeral too. Why did they do that? What you heard on the recording, shotgun blast through the throat. Those double-out bucks carry. It had to damage his face. The only time you use double-out bucks, you don't use them on a human. You use them on an animal, an elk, buffalo. That can withstand the animal's nature. But here you do it to a human being. And you heard the recording. They don't want this to go public. Well, we're going public. This is what we do. You have all these splinter groups here in Rapid City that are bought and paid for, but they're not giving you the real story. This is the real Indians. What's left of us? That's why we're a small handful. And Strongheart, we're still the first line of defense as a dog soldier society. And it's still here. Way before AIM and the Black Panthers and Ku Klux Klan and the Brown Berets. We've always been here.
Was anyone else in the room when he was shot?
No one but him and the law enforcement officers.
We've been asking to see the video from the body cameras that the officers wear, so I didn't know if anyone else had seen it live or anything like that.
That's
Just
the
the
purpose.
family.
One of the things that the family did mention, I believe one of the sisters is connected with the police department. Okay, I'm to believe that, and I think I'm not going to doubt that belief. It is. So somewhere in the family circle, somebody was told, let law enforcement take the lead on it. Okay, so if law enforcement takes the lead on it, does that justify you to use excessive force on a man that's on the ground? No, it does not. You have the basic necessity. The necessity is life skills. You're a mother?
No.
Okay. You're a father? You're a father. Okay. Do you not tell your children if they're fighting over a ball or a video game or maybe a Milton Badley toy? Does the dad step in to use his life skills to prevent them from fighting anymore? Okay. End of story. Law enforcement has to have that. It doesn't happen here in the state of South Dakota in the town of Benton County, Rapid City. It don't happen that way. The prime example that we're here is to bring accountability about what happened to this young man. Now let's ask this. You're all paying taxes like I do. How do we tell this family of the Peoples family, how do we tell them we're sorry for not protecting him any further? Huh? Oh, but what? If I break into your car window and I crack and break, you'll put me in jail for that. But this man, he's homeless. He got a family here. Whatever his scenario was to lead up to his death, Rapid, you're to blame. Because you've done nothing to save this man. And put him in safe bed, the detox, or even incarcerate him. That's what you love to do anyway. You love to put us in jail. And the fact of the matter that the family is reaching out to somebody, nobody else would take their understanding. They took it to the Indian collective people. They took it to the mayor's office. And they also took it to the Republican office. I was with them in company. So there is a conspiracy of a continuation to commit murder, South Dakota. And we're not going in for it no more. No more. If you're going to give us that permit to arm ourselves, okay, we have a right to protect ourselves too. But his rights were violated. And you heard that recording. What else are they going to keep from us? Not going public. Terry Puchota said that. He said he didn't want it to go public. Well, hey, get out here and support the family, Terry. You want to hear that too? I'll play that recording for you. That angers me. Why all these important people that have law degrees that say they represent the population of indigenous people and otherwise the issue? Well, what about him? How do we give Barney back to his family? White America and South Dakota, I'm going to ask you that. How do we give the family member Barney back? You burn him up, man. You committed murder in the first degree. You feel threatened by what I'm saying today, and I'm grateful you do, because now it's the time to give you an understanding that we have done nothing to you. We bring Indian money here, right? Right? The basketball tournament, the powwow, huh? So we're giving you the right to help support your family. Pay your rent. Pay your rent on your facilities. At the same time to feed and clothe your families. With Indian money, man. So we should get more than just a little handful of a respect. We should get honor, because you're still living on Indian land. And we never ceded from it. We're still here. We're never going to go away. Well, the same thing with him. As this incident took place, folks, let me tell you this. Like I said, I blame Indian Collective, because they took this case to him and asked him to do, oh no, we can't get involved. Okay, well, we don't need you then. So you go ahead and whitewash the rest of the media and all your outlets. Go ahead and do that. You're not indigenous to me. You're not Indian. That hurts. You're a people with no language. Well, for my family, I have language. And I'll give you this in closing. May 20th and 21st, we're having a gathering of all the warriors and people with concerns of abuse within Pennington County, Hot Springs, and all the major cities, Sioux Falls. And we're going to get together with an attorney by the name of Mark Faggart. He's out of Texas. He's a criminal attorney, okay? He vowed to me on the phone that he wants to come up here on May 20th and 21st. And I do hope you press come. And before you leave, I'll give you my business card, because I gave these two one. The reason that we're pulling this meeting together, I don't want to deal with a class action suit. If my people here would agree with me, all of you, I want to file a genocide complaint against South Dakota and America. And it can be done. That's what it's going to take to bring justice to the forefront. And let's see how you deal with that in the open front. Now all these big people are going to come. That's my goal. And I do things on an independent structure. I'm not here for me. I'm here for them that don't have a voice, how they can use their anger to express it more in an open tent. Now I will say this in closing. Malakota. Woyuk chankele chante ogna chichupi ki hena oyate ki lena. Unsha lechu si wichone eki gnan kokile hena epi. Na tohan lakhota tukte ptala hinajib hanta. Wichoe ki lena tkokata kya makhanka ta egnan kokte. 20 hitchus echusti wane tukile. Cha isam tkokata kya wana chante tiza kile tiwahe ki on kya pikihe wash akilena chichupi. Wichoe ni tkoki hele chala kisi ochichaka. As doni hitchus en nachunya boyakis. No one I believe hoax it. Ewaki. What I said in their language, I don't have to explain it to you. You've been in my country for almost 530 something odd years, and not one Indian turned white. And that's something we still live with, because we have a many half-breed people that forget who we are. And that's what's happening today. So if I bring you a different piece of the message, maybe then you will listen. That language is still here. It never went away. One woman said on the press, boarding schools and Catholic nuns never got to me. Bullshit. They got to them. Because you use that language to interpret the value of what people you still have. Chanupa did that. And I urge my people, all of you, go back to your traditional names. Don't be using white man names. Barney Peoples, okay? He bears your name and you kill him. Well, try that to Chanupa. Try that to Crazy Horse, Sitting Bull, No Ears, Rain in the Face, Gaw, Red Cloud. Try that to them guys. It ain't gonna happen. They knew how to stand up to abuse. killing of women and children and old people. This is what's happening again. America, I hate to say this, but it's the truth. You Americans love to repeat history. End of story. And I thank you guys for coming. This is the family of deceased loved one. Like I said, how do you give him back to the family? They put a flag up at the place where he was murdered, they took it down. What does that tell you?
Yeah, we made a little cross, just a small something, not on his property, but like on the other side. Put some flowers on there and whatnot, and it was there for one day. Yesterday evening, I was gonna go sit down there and eat my lunch on my break, and it was gone. So we took it down. And it just had his name on it and 2 pieces of wood that we painted.
And some flowers.
And some fake flowers. And it was even crooked a little, but it was a little something. You know, because we took care of him. Me and my husband took care of him when he needed food, anything. We cleaned up after him. He was my friend. And we loved him just as much as anyone else.
What does that tell you? This is what the town does on Indian land. Don't forget that. That's the hard part. Those other ones ain't gonna say that. They're gonna water it down. Well, I'm not.
I wrote mine down.
Yeah. What?
My name's James Murphy, and I'm Barney's ex-brother-in-law, former Marine. I viewed the body cam footage, and I believe, and I really do, feel that it was excessive force. I haven't lived and experienced on pulling guns against officers, and I wish they would have granted Barney the same respect they gave me. So I'm here to talk about it. And if Charles didn't get shot. I did not see him pointing a gun at officers, and there was no time allotted for de-escalation. They treated him like a fraud, discriminated, and not a person that needed help. There are so many alternatives that could have used instead of just gunning him down, whether he had a weapon in his hand or not. That's my statement.
What you did today, I thank you guys for your courageous efforts for coming. The family needed that. Is there any other question you guys might have?
What would you, as far as a family, what would you guys like law enforcement to do now? What would you like law enforcement to do?
What can they do? I just want to leave.
They found it. That's
you know, they could have shot him in the shoulder, they could have shot him in the leg, but, and 15 times, I mean, one time the guy's down, you know?
when I read the report, I think he shot.
Yeah, they said, I didn't want to read it, so I just looked in the video, it said shot 15 times.
How are you feeling?
I'm just physically tired.
So, you say that they should have shut down some
Yes,
de-escalating things. What are some
Well, I think that they could have tear gassed him out alone.
Okay.
They could have backed off and tear gassed him out and found weapons. They found instead of barging in there with guns, ready to seems like he was Bin Laden.
You said you haven't read the report that the investigation came out.
No, I did not see the body cam. I didn't see the. I went up there with them, but when I was sitting there was no way I could watch it, so I went out.
Okay.
But I did read the report.
Okay. And what was
I'm
some of
gonna
the
wait
things
till the
was there
attorney
anything
gets
in
here
the
and I'll
report
tell you
that
guys.
disagreed with any
Well, like I said, there wasn't any de-escalating tactics. They used excessive force. They could have used tear gas. They could have used that. They could have called the lawyer's mouth, you know, backed off and just had to stand up. But they went in there with, like you said, the type of guns and didn't.
I got a report, 2 rounds full. I should have brought the report. 2 rounds full.
And so
That's
they,
why they had to cremate
someone,
it.
his ex-brother.
Out of 17 round magazine.
Yeah, he was.
Okay. So I know we're trying to get that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
How was your name called?
James Murphy.
So Matt, we watched the body. Yeah. And so did my sister.